Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online. William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Star Wars! We're still on that!
Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, hold on, let me open this back account first. We're still on that.
William has got a package.
No, I swear, look, I know where that bit's from, okay? Everyone knows now, okay? It's no longer allowed. It's illegal. It's copyrighted.
It's illegal. Hey, William, Star Wars still exists. There's still Star Wars reference. I thought we were done with it.
Yeah, you wish, but now it's all Star Wars now from here on out.
This might as well just be the Star Wars season, all right?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Hey. Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff that happens this episode. Jesus fuck.
I will say this episode does get a lot. It's a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, this is a good penultimate episode, right? Because it sets everything up. Like, everything feels natural, right? It's like they remember stuff. Like, it's like how they remember, like, hey, remember these weapons of mass destructions we have? Yeah. We should start using them, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I feel like they would be important in our final battle against the ultimate evil, you know?
I also really like how they used them in here, too. It was actually like, oh yeah, that's a very good attack. Look, Tamatomo's actually doing his job as the tactician.
His gamer he's about to do what is known as a pro gamer move, right? His monster hunting days are finally catching up to him.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, you have a Switch, right?
Huh?
Well, by the way, off topic, you have a Switch, right?
I do have a Switch, yeah.
Okay, hey, you're getting Monster Hunter Rise, right?
This is the first time I'm hearing about Monster Hunter Rise.
It's the Monster Hunter game that's coming out for the Switch in like the end of next month.
Oh yeah, just to let you know, I did not catch up on Switch news for a while now, so I don't know about the Rise.
Okay. I just want you to know there's a Monster Hunter game coming out for the Switch. It comes out the end of next month. You're getting it, right? I'm getting it.
I mean, I'm not sure.
I'm trying to develop a party for us to play Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh my god.
David's getting his Switch. David's getting it, so we can finally get
David. David
shit.
says he's getting a Switch, but you know how long it's been since he said that he would get a Switch? Like 2 years ago.
Wait. I said I was getting a Switch 3 years ago, and it took me into the pandemic to get the Switch. Right? I got my Switch at the start of the pandemic. Back when America was still trying to handle the coronavirus situation.
Yeah.
Because we're still trying to figure out how to handle the coronavirus situation.
And then we got taken over by vampires or whatever. Oh, no,
that's different.
No, that's different one.
That's universe. That's in another universe,
yeah,
alright?
You're right.
That's in the universe where Biden lost.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
That's in the universe where Rudy Giuliani held a conference at an actual four-season hotel, alright? That was the tipping point. That's where it began. When Rudy went to the four-season hotel.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god, what is this for now? Jesus Christ.
Back to Monster Hunter, so get Monster Hunter Rise. I don't know what the fuck's going with David getting Monster Hunter Rise. Hope he gets one. So we can, because I actually bought the game. I got the deluxe, pre-order the deluxe edition.
Jesus.
And I tried to see if we could build a party to play Monster Hunter Rise. Don't know if Tariq. I'm pretty sure Tariq doesn't have a Switch, but we can nag him into getting a Switch just so he can play Monster Hunter because he loves Monster Hunter.
Doesn't he? I mean, yeah, we're gonna talk about Monster Hunter in upcoming video. Just foreshadowing.
Which may or may not be released at some point before or after this video.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I am just biting off the heads of these gummy bears, and they are screaming within my belly.
That's why we call that a Monster Hunter movie.
Oh my god! No way in Monster Hunter has this ever occurred. I don't even know the series that well, and I know that shit doesn't happen. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, so Jiro died. So Jiro's dead.
Yeah, Jiro's
I love how they handle his character this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though spoiler, he doesn't die, obviously. He doesn't die, right? Mm-hmm. But I like how they actually handle it. Like, he is like, oh boy, we have to be sad, but hey, there's the evil emperor that's attacking Japan, we gotta deal with that, Good thing we're the only superhero teams on Earth that can defeat the ultimate evil. If only there was 44 other Rangers team that could come help us, or a ninja, that exists, or some guy in stupid stupid art with that wield stupid blade that's planning an insurrection can come help us, you know. But too bad we are the only superhero team in Japan that can deal with the Emperor of Darkness.
Yes. God. I mean, they also have overseas help, technically, right? I don't know if has that been acknowledged, actually? The American side of things?
What, if America exists in this universe?
Like American Power
America
Rangers.
exists.
No, like American Power Rangers, I mean.
No, they don't exist. They don't exist.
Oh, so that's a separate thing. Okay, cool.
They do not acknowledge the American Power Rangers whatsoever. They tell the only... Actually, hold on. No, in the Meta series, Hikoni Sentai Akiba Ranger, which is a meta series, which is more adult oriented, is aimed towards like actual adults who watch Sentai growing up, right? They do acknowledge Power Rangers in that series, but that series takes place in a universe where Sentai is a series, not where Sentai exists.
Oh, that's so weird. That's really weird to think on. Actually, that's just. Huh. Okay, you know what? Send me the.
So it's a Sentai series. So it's produced by Toei. It's an official Toei season, right? But it's not a Super Sentai season that they acknowledge.
Oh, that's so weird. What's the name of this thing?
Hikonin
Sentai Akiba Ranger.
Akiba Ranger.
Okay. I might just unofficial. No, that's interesting.
Yeah. It is a very good meta series where they point out flaws within Sentai.
Oh, do they make fun of themselves and shit?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh,
yeah, they do.
That sounds actually pretty good. I might
and also,
watch
the best part is the main villainess in that season is played by a porn star.
Yeah, I mean, you said it's set towards adults, so yeah, that stands to reason.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they got some Java action going on in that.
Hold on, I have a question, like a legit question. So, do they make references to her work? Because I know that we do that with.
No, they don't.
Okay, damn.
No.
I was like making. I was wondering if they make
No.
like the subtlest of references, like somewhere, like they do. Like
No, they don't. No.
Damn.
They're actually smart on that shit. So no, they don't.
Damn, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, but we should talk about the episode. I just realized we just.
We should get off porn and talk about shows aimed towards children.
I mean, I don't even know who listens. I mean, technically, bots are only listening to us, so they don't.
No, don't worry. Those Southeast Asian viewers, according to the analytics,
Yeah, you're right. The Southeast, Southeast, yeah, Southeast Asian, Asian bots. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. So Jiro's dead. Jiro's dead, and everyone, especially Fire's sad. They're all big sad. He is big sad, right?
I'm very surprised at the fact that just like, they didn't go with the opening. So
Yeah, I'm really amazed because knowing stuff like that, they usually save towards the end of the towards the actual last episode to skip the opening and just go in, right? That's normally how they handle stuff like that, right? When it comes to opening, right? They usually just don't do the opening. They usually I know mainly in final episodes they skip the final opening. They skip the opening and just so they can use it as a background music towards the end of the episode when they're doing their big fight and you hear the opening music one more time, which we may not get in the last. I don't know yet.
I mean, they did it in here too in this one, so who knows if they'll do it in the next one.
Yeah. So Jiro's dead and everyone's sad, but Karetra is also sad because he's like, oh boy, I can't eat my marshmallows now. I'm sad now. Earth culture, old culture is about to die. And everything.
He's just lamenting like, oh man, no one lives to defy him. No one does, not even me. And then what are you talking about? Oh yeah, Yodona's like, yeah, got it. So you were like lame, dude. You took the big L, Lamau. That's never gonna happen to me, Lamau. That's not foreshadowing, Lamau. That kind of thing. And then the Emperor very like, I swear to God. Anyway. He's like, okay, let's go get the Grantor Stones. And then, they have a discussion in the Mindscape, which is still fucking cool as shit, Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I was just drinking a bit there.
Yeah, and also, I like how they was like, hey, this weapon, just leave it. Fuck you, just leave it. Leave it on a pedestal,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fuck it. No security, no one watching, just fucking leave it, right?
Granted, he thinks everyone around the area is pretty much dead. So I'm like, you know what? Fair. And besides, what are you going to do with the Illusion Stone? I don't think you're going to do too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, I know Shigeru is like, oh yeah, let's just get over ourselves. We can be sad, but we have to save the Earth first, and then we can be sad.
We gotta figure out what to do, and then. I like how Sai was like, I mean, that's how Sen was like, all right, here's my big plan.
Yeah.
We'll get Tomo to have the big plan.
Yes.
And then we have Mock. He's like, yes, good idea, my lady. Yes, that is why you are the smartest among everyone.
He is the simp. He is the biggest simp in this whole thing. He is such a simp for Senna. I don't understand. It's like the most insane thing. Like that's his entire character. He's just simp.
Yeah, he really obsesses over Senna, you know.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the whole thing. But So, hold on. So Tomatomo's like talking to the Emperor. So I'm just following along with the episode at this point. I have it playing in the background.
Yeah.
Right. So they start.
We always do.
No, yeah, but this is how we. Yeah, of course, that's what we always do. But this is by this point they have the plan where they'll take the energy to fucking.
Yeah, this is when they work out. This was when they work out their big gamer plan, you know, to figure out how to defeat to defeat the Odin Empire.
Yeah,
right. And I'm really glad, right? They actually acknowledge the stone's power and how to figure out how to use them, you know, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they're just like, hey, yo, check out these cool things, you know, right? And check out these cool weapons of mass destructions we have, right?
Yeah.
Let's use that. Right, and I know, like Tommy actually goes through the effort of figuring stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it stands to figure that he is a tactician of this team because of all his time playing, grinding out Monster Hunter and shit. But did we ever like? This is the thing I was confused by, at least with the doctor. Did the doctor ever say he was working on some kind of device to use with the stones? I don't remember if
I don't think so. I think they just do that. Also, well, at least we know what day this episode takes place on, because they actually name drop a date.
Oh, did they?
Right? Yeah, because this episode takes place on the 21st.
Oh, okay.
Of February. Because Tommy was like, oh boy, we gotta go through. Here's the plan. We're gonna go through this date, which I think, unironically, the 21st, right? The day that Tommy was the day of this episode is the actual day this episode aired in Japan. So that's pretty cute. They know that, like it's like there's a little cute consistency that's going on, right? Yeah.
And then you get like so they basically let's go off and save the world and whatnot. And then you cut to a scene with like the Emperor just wrecking shit. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just knock these buildings down. He doesn't even bother. He just waits for them to come by. And he's like, hey, just give me the stones, dude.
That's right. Good thing. I'm just gonna create property damage for the Japanese government, and there's no giant robot to stop me.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so there's like that big fight and shit.
Also, once again, the Emperor finding out that weapons of mass destruction exist. Like after 44, he's like, oh yeah, that's right. My plan, yes, was to gather these weapons that I knew that exist.
Yeah, he gave the journal to Takemichi, right?
No, it was Garuza that
was it.
That
Garuza?
did it. Was it Garuza?
I want to say it was I want to say it was the king who gave him the journal, but then it was Garuza who said, "Hey, go follow that journal. It could be helpful." Thinking that it was just a waste of time, but then it's like, oh, I guess it wasn't a waste of time.
Yeah,
I think that's how it went. It's been a while, but yeah, So yeah, basically they have the whole thing where like basically they use the energy stone to give the king the energy to fucking blast the shit out of the Emperor, which I'm just wondering. I thought like to be honest with you, I kind of like, is the queen ever gonna come back? Because that was the thing that she could have done.
Yeah, look, once again, we ignore the fact that the queen is still alive. Like, I really hope they do answer. Remember that there's a queen in this series by the end of this, or else that's just an abandoned plot thread, right? Like how they abandoned the plot thread of the sister, right?
Yeah, that was this whole thing too. Oh god, man, that'd be a little annoying.
I really hope that they do resolve, and remember there's a queen that exists in this series, I
mean,
right?
I could see it. I could see her coming back in the sense that they're fighting the Emperor again, and they would need her to come back to do that big energy blast.
Or she just comes back in general. Maybe we should just bring her back remember that Mabushita has both her mom and dad that are still alive,
Yeah,
right? So that way they don't grow up with childhood trauma of their mom being dead.
I mean, to be fair, they just have they already have childhood trauma of their world being destroyed. So what's one more added to that big pile, man?
Look. Wait, kids can grow up with genocide, but they can't grow up with losing their parents. All right.
So they can live with anything else, but if they don't have parents, they're screwed.
Yes. Anime has taught me that.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I don't know what anime you're watching, but I don't think
anime. That's
every anime. That's every anime. That's not every anime. Okay, I could bring up Clannad, okay, and then oh wait, well he did lose the mother, and then the father got.
Is there genocide in Clannad?
I mean, pretty much a good number of people do die until they rewrite the ending. So, technically, you can say that. You can say it. Yeah, a whole family died. So, yeah, that could technically count. Anyway, sorry. Where were we? Yeah, they just... Smart.
So they're figuring out their plan. Like, oh boy, they're targeting Yodana, my weakest link, and he figured out, but I know my plan too, I have my plan.
Yeah, I'll just sacrifice my pawn, Lamau.
Yeah, I'll just kill Yodana. They can't kill Yodana if I kill Yodana.
Yeah, I legit thought for the hottest second that was blood on her lips, but then it just wasn't it's I don't know what it is. Is that mud or something? That's mud, right?
It might as well be blood. It's a heavy, strong indication that is blood.
I mean, yeah, totally, but Jesus fuck, they just did such the hardest
He's
cut.
A straight up killer, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that.
I didn't expect death in this series. Or at least not like that, Not like...
we did... There was an entire genocide in episode 1,
I mean, that's kind of off-screen in the sense that you don't see them dying, It's not like Jetman with when you see skeletons in the fucking road when when buildings are falling down on people and they're dissolving from acid. So there's a big difference, I'd say, when it comes to that. Although I really did like how they handle Yodona's apparent death, because the preview kind of ruined that.
Thanks previews once again. Previews ruining everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I kind of wish they don't I like the previews. Don't get me wrong, but I wish they would just not show certain things.
Yeah.
Like Yodona and stuff, and then and in my previous thing, I would have liked to have seen the mechs in the episode rather than in the previous, but that's a whole other thing. But again, I really like how they handled Yodona's apparent death here. Just if only in the sense that it kind of comes back to her character, has is this where she always does is this the moment where I should laugh, that kind of thing, and then they kind of bring that back in this very sad, ironic way, I think is how you would say it. But she's like, is this where I should cry? It's like, no, I think this is where you should laugh, because you die in service of me. And she's like, I don't think I can do that. And then she's just dead. And then you see the blue fire and shit, which is actually really pretty fucking cool. But then the Emperor, of course, comes back. He's like, haha, round 2, I'm gonna wreck your asses. And then
that's right. You got tricked. You thought you could pull a Monster Hunter move on me.
Oh my God.
But you can't.
Jesus Christ. Also, they pull they bring Dashark's ability to find weak spots, which is also nice to see them actually bring back and actually have him use that ability.
Yeah.
But then, God, I swear to God, this Emperor is such bullshit, because he's just oh, his weakness is his head. It's under under that mask that he's wearing. But it's unbreakable.
Once again, playing through the series en masse, I like how they brought it back in, full circle on the whole mask within this season,
Yeah. Oh my God, though, I swear to God, this Emperor has so much bullshit on him. He's like, this mask is unbreakable, Lamau. But then he kind of destroys the mechs, and then the main rangers just kind of fall out the mechs and they're on the ground. And he's like, I'm going to destroy you now. And I'm like, nope, you forgot me, the 6th Ranger. And then he comes in and just starts fighting him. Which is also kind of cool, because he actually just again, I didn't expect limbs to be torn off here. Because he just rips out that tentacle.
Yeah, straight up cuts the guy's arm off.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then during the fight, then he kind of cut back to the stones, saying, oh, well, we should just go out and fight because Fire is apparently just not over his grief. And then
Fire's a big little bitch.
Yeah.
You know? Hey. I forgot that they have other stones, right?
Yeah.
And we established that the other stones were sentient, right?
Yeah, they are, but they just kind of sit there. They don't really contribute to much of anything.
They're like, hey, is this our problem? Do we care enough about this to be involved, right?
I mean, granted, they're children and they don't give a shit, technically.
Yeah, children don't care about genocide.
Yeah, I mean...
They only care about losing their parents.
Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. You see how Takemichi and freaking Mabushina act. They're like, yeah, our plan's gone, but man, our parents dying, man, that sucks. Oh, God, I'm still sad, but then their parents are back, so they're kind of okay now.
Mm-hmm.
So, it stands to reason that the children... Okay, I'm pretty sure all the children in Crystalia are just emotionally stunted in some way, okay? Mm-hmm. But yeah, then Mabushina is basically saying, hey, can you just go and fight? I mean, I know you're sad, but now's not the time for that.
Yeah, and if the other Rangers can get over Jiro being dead, then you guys, then you guys can do it too.
Yeah. And then, Fire's like, okay, I'm gonna go and fight now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then it's the next scene after their break. And then, Takemichi is basically, he's still fighting him. But then it's just like, apparently, then you get the bullshit thing. It's like, hey, I can regenerate. The Emperor can just regenerate his lost limbs and shit. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. He pulls so much bullshit out of nowhere.
Yeah, he has a lot of power, It's like, they're just giving him stuff at this point, right?
Yeah, you really are. But yeah, all the the original machines,
the five, not the other four, not the other four that no one gives a fuck. Those helper machines, no one gives a fuck about.
Yep, they all come in and it's there's like, okay, we're gonna form our mech now.
Also, bro, they could just they can be a sentient Megazord. Didn't realize that.
You think they would use that a lot more, but
right.
I mean,
I didn't realize the machines could transform and be just do the Megazord formation itself, right? It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it makes sense too. They wouldn't even actually need the Rangers for directions. They can just fight on their own.
Mm-hmm. Which we established that earlier in the series,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I know it's not like, again, it's just like it's not a thing you think on it before, but it's like, we really should have realized beforehand that they could have done this before, because like they all talk, they all form bonds, and they're basically people in and of themselves. So I don't see why this wasn't a thing before. But I mean, it's fine, I guess. But then,
but then Yoden, once again, gains another new power.
Yeah, he just starts to build up a spirit bomb, but of evil.
I didn't know he can even fucking do that.
God, man. It's just like, where is all this shit coming from? Why are you even playing around with these people? Why don't you just do this in the beginning?
Where's was that? I was like, I would have liked it better with his fucking spirit bomb. If that's what the big bad thing they were building up throughout the series, like, because you know how throughout the series, like, we had Tarantula and Garza trying to build the negative energy or some fucking shit, right? You remember that thing? Remember how throughout early in the season, Garza's like, oh boy, we want the Earth sad energy or some shit, right?
Negative energy in general,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever, right? The scream energy, as Monster Hunter as Monster Ace likes to call it, right? Like it was established early throughout the season, like the energy was like the human negative was like their resources, right? Was the Yoda's Empire like, oh, we need this negative energy to power the Yodan Empire or some shit, right? And then just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this big bomb using all the energy now, so it's all good, right?
Yeah, it would have been nice to build up on that stuff, but in the middle of that build up, or like, the Emperor building up all that stuff. Then you get, like, basically, you get
this mysterious portal opening. Is that different Rangers coming in to save the day, to help them in their needs of peril from a guy who's trying to destroy the country of Japan?
Exactly. But no, it's Jiro in Steamer. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I love.
And then Jiro's alive, and everyone was like, "Oh, what?" Jiro's alive.
Oh, can we just talk real quick about the fact that when when Jiro just smashes steamer into the back of like the Emperor's bomb just basically drops on him and it just kills him basically. Sort of.
And just like we even see like all his fucking blood and shit too.
Yeah, and you hear the sound effects like, oh my god, what the hell? I'm like, this is
also, you would think this energy bomb would have a bigger radius of impact, but no, it just all appears to be condensed just on top of the Emperor.
Yeah, you think it's destroy a big portion of the city, but no, just the Emperor really. But then everyone's shocked that Jiro is alive, and then they act appropriately shocked. Like I enjoy the reactions of the actors here, like the fact like, oh, you're alive, it's great, it's wonderful, that kind of thing, But then they're all like, oh yeah, but how did you live? And then we go back to flashback territory, and then they also bring back the idea like earlier we had the whole thing with the king. The king transferring his soul into another stone, and so in here, Garza kind of does the same thing, but transfers his soul into the steamer. And so he sacrifices his body, and then uses steamer to rescue Jiro when he's falling down into the chasm. That's how Jiro lives.
Yeah.
And so from there on, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a little weird here because the thing is. Garza's still so like I like the moment here where Garza's like, oh yeah, I was only gonna live for a short moment, that kind of thing, and so he dies basically after you get this whole thing where he wishes that he was on better terms with his brothers in the next life, and then
like he realized, oh boy, I regret being evil,
Yeah, I regret being forced into evil.
Maybe genocide was not the answer, right?
Yeah, maybe genocide isn't the answer to a midlife crisis.
That in school, do not commit genocide. If only there was a class on that.
Oh my god. But but here's my thing. Why did he die?
I think he.
Because the thing is, he moved his soul into steamer.
Here's the thing. I was really confused by that because he said he put his consciousness into steamer, so I assume it's like how the king, right?
Yeah, and
when
king
he died, he put his energy into the stupid bird, blue bird thing, right? I thought that was gonna happen, but no, I guess he put his. Yeah, I was really confused by that, what he meant, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because it made more sense if he was like, oh, I use my energy to teleport myself or to split my mind or my body or some shit, right?
Or, like, if it was the fact that, like, maybe at the last minute, his body was just about to be destroyed, he transferred his consciousness to steamer, but it took a lot of energy out of him. If they said something like that, then I would have been... Like, the thing is, it's just, like, a small little detail that confused me. Because the thing is, like... Yeah. The king did that, and he's perfectly fine. He has a new body and everything. But it's just, like, with Goddess, it's just, like... Oh, you're dead, but that doesn't make sense, though. Because the king is alive, If they just explained, like, oh, yeah, I used too much energy, in transferring my body... Or my consciousness into a new body. And so, that would have at least made a lot more sense to me. But, basically, he explains that, and then they also get Tarantula in, and they basically explain, oh yeah, we have the one stone left, and then he's like, oh yeah, I thought I could use this as a bargaining chip, just in case if so I can live and stuff, because the Emperor did kill, or he did think that he killed him beforehand, but But then you get the whole big moment where it's just like, oh, let's come together. The Emperor is regenerating, and then they all transform into their suits and stuff, and you get this nice panning and everything.
And then Karucha's a good guy now. He's like, because here's the thing. That's why I like Karucha. Like, we never imply he was actually like evil, right?
Yeah.
He was like pure evil with evil intent, right? We just see he's like, hey, no, I just want to dick around on Earth cultures. Yo, you see these things? They have marshmallows. Don't know what the fuck that shit is, right?
Yeah, basically.
Right? I do like that about Karucha, right? Like, for him to be good.
Yeah, Korensha's a fun character, and then, you know,
it makes sense from a character standpoint of him, right? Like from his character growth, like we never seemed like you're like, oh yes, I ravish in human misery or whatever the fuck. But he's like, no, I'm just there. I'm just here to just learn about Earth, you know. Yo, you guys have candy apples? Want to try what candy apples are, you know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so that makes sense for his character. So I like that about Korensha, like because it's not like because like this is getting about Korensha like, turning good, like it's not thrown in at the last second, you know, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they just reveal it. Some would say reveal the true villain at the last moment with no clear indication, or the previous villain was just a hoax being commanded by the true villain, right?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that thanks Star Wars.
We gotta keep putting in Star Wars reference, you know.
God damn it, man.
We're on the Star Wars arc now, alright?
Yes, we're on the Star Wars arc. We are Star Wars now. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But
So Korensha's a good guy. He's like, yeah, you know. They do say about like they really deals this cool moment with their machines, you know. Ready morph.
I mean, you know, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, and we just have like this there's a really good shot, like as we see the Emperor regenerating to full power or whatever, right? To full power and everything. We just see the Ranger just staring at him. That's a really good shot. I'm not gonna lie about that, you know.
Yeah,
that's a really good shot that they got going on. I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good shot. It's like, yeah, like the Ranger's like, oh boy, this is our moment, you know. We gotta we gotta make our last stand against the Emperor of Darkness that's trying to destroy Japan, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. And that's just pretty much it. Like, all right, this is actually for a penultimate. This is really good because it uses everything we learned throughout the series, right? Like, because the Rangers, remember, they have fucking weapons of mass destruction that they can fucking use, right? Glad they fucking brought that. I was legitimately annoyed throughout the season why they never fucking bother to use these weapons of mass destructions, you know?
Yeah, because
I'm glad that they remember that shit.
But yeah, they could have. Just wanted to attack on that. They could have used the stones to finish a lot of fights earlier on. But
or save a life.
Yeah, or save a life. Yeah. No, but yeah, you can continue on it for a bit. I just want to add on to that.
So like how this series is actually right, like we do see a lot of character develop. Like, oh boy, like Korensha's becoming a good guy. Gaara's up. I guess he realized the errors of his ways now after he learns the terrible truth, right? That it was the Emperor that was controlling him from behind the scene, right? It was the Emperor's fault. You know, it's like, oh boy, and he feels his regret, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna die. He's like, but at least before I die, I'm gonna try to use this to atone for my whatchamacallit, you know.
Yeah,
right.
You know, basically,
so that's good.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm a little mixed. I mean, not on the episode itself, but I mean, I don't know if we should bring it up now. I'm a little mixed on this season ending, dude. A little mixed on the show. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll just bring more. Maybe I'll add more onto it on the next episode because this is near the final episode. But man, I'm like the thing is I really like this season, even though it does have it's very real faults. But I think you know what, I'll save it for the next one.
We'll see that for the full series review when we get to that.
Right,
when we fully talk about. Also, did you notice that there's a new shot within the ending sequence?
There is. They were in the field of flowers and stuff, right?
Yeah, I was actually amazed that they actually bothered to put this new scene within the penalty. I don't know if they're gonna bring back the scene in the next episode, but it is a nice touch, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is something they should have done obviously earlier throughout the season, you know, right?
Yeah,
but it is nice how there is like this nice little scene that they added on to, right, with them in the fields, right?
Yeah, it's a nice picturesque shot of having the whole team together and stuff.
But
I think that's it for this episode for now.
Yeah, that's it, William. Hey, it is also that's it for our weekly unnamed discussion series about Mashin Sentai Kiramager. A weekly discussion where I offer a personal years of knowledge of Tokusatsu and Super Sentai enjoy every by my friend William. That's you, William. A personal knowledge as we discuss the latest Super Sentai Mashin Sentai Kiramager. That was episode 44. Rest in peace, my friend. Kind of realized all the way towards the end I never did the intro for the
I thought you did. I was very confused. But then I just realized.
I realized that we never, because we were actually too deep in discussion about the series, about this episode. I never segue into. I forgot to segue after our whole Monster Hunter rant.
Oh my god, Jesus!
We just keep going on.
No.
I legitimately realized that. So there you go. There's the intro.
Yep, that's the intro at the end of the freaking spoiler, whatever you call it, cast.
Well, whatever our weekly unnamed discussion series is.
Yeah, our unnamed cast. How about that?
No, that's stupid.
Look, man, look. Okay, you can come up with a better name. Okay, I'm doing what I can with what little we have, Austin.
Yeah, that's it for this week. Overall, I like this episode. Definitely one of the stronger point episodes, you know?
Yep,
so that's good.
Agreed.
Yeah. Alright, I guess that's it. Coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Kate, thanks, bye.